Okay, in the hallway, so I don't have the best places inside the apartment, even though it's a nice apartment, nice size for the two of us. But there's not too many places that I can actually film inside. So I'm in the hallway. Hopefully the lighting is okay. So we're gonna try and put this on and see how this goes. So I'm just gonna attach it to where it's gonna fit me about right. Yeah, made enough holes and everything. So, and then our double loops here, bell catcher, and then the third one. And I could probably go down a hole, but it's fine. Again, it'll probably make some adjustments if I have the tartan on. But this is how it looks. Hopefully it's coming out okay. On the front, hangs about right. Maybe I could loosen it up a little bit, but like I said, when I have I'm just in some sweats and the t-shirt, so that's that. Could turn around. Maybe you can see it's black against black here. The belt structure here. If not, at least you know it's there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So as is, I could just wear it. I'm done. Right? As is all set to go. But we got one more. One more accoutrement to add. So the one more thing to add, according to our reference here, are tassels. And these looks like these have a what's called a Turk's head knot on the top of the tassel. They're leather tassels. I'm not quite sure how to do that, to be honest. I know I've done a Turk's head knot. It's kind of difficult. It's a decorative knot. It's fairly difficult, at least for me. And I don't add it in my top 50 knots to know, to be honest. It is decorative, basically. So maybe I go to a secondhand store or a thrift store or something like that and find something that has this kind of particular tassel on it. If I do, I'll probably buy the garment or whatever just so I can deconstruct and figure out how this is put together. However, I do have a other remedy or another version that I'm going to try for this. So I have this type of tassel, and this is made out of raffia and dogbane. Okay, so it's dogbane hanger, dogbane fibers, and then raffia you get from the craft store. And this is just made with, this is dogbane binding around the raffia. So this is the type of tassel we're going to go after here. Okay, so, but made of leather. So I just wanted to give you an option. Now at this point in the stage of the game, the Sporran is done. It's, you know, you can go out and about with it. It's up to you or whatever, but I'm going to continue to follow my reference and just add this little bit of decoration just to knock it out. And then we will have a finished product. Okay, as you can tell, I'm in my kitchen setting. I have very few places I can actually film with good lighting and things like that. I don't have a studio or nothing like that. So again, my apologies for image quality and, you know, background things like that. So I said when I started my channel about over 10 years ago that I'm just going to do it and not worry about, because I can be a bit of a perfectionist coming from the graphic design field. And I just needed to put some videos up and just it be what it is. So I don't do a whole bunch of fancy cuts and fades and things in the videos. I just don't have that software. I do know how to use the software, Premiere, Final Cut Pro, etc., etc. That's my background, to be honest. But I just said, let me just make it quick and dirty, just to get the information out there and to archive information for myself, because I don't remember everything. And if somebody gets inspiration from it, great. If they get use from it, great. But you know, it'd be nice, you know, if people actually threw a little something in the tip jar. And then maybe I can make that happen, have my own studio and make the video quality a little better, invest a little bit more time in it. But I have what I have. It is what it is. And I really hate that phrase, but that in this context, that's what it is, right? That's what I mean. So anyways, I'm using this light because the kitchen has the best lighting. And I'm going to, for making the tassels, this is the leather that we made the bag out of, okay? It's fairly thin, it's garment quality, but it's not as supple as this. As you can tell, this is real garment quality. I mean, you can make a dress out of this, right? Bikini out of this or whatever, but it's leather. I wouldn't do that. But anyways, This, if I had enough of it, I don't have enough for this project. Maybe a small, tiny one, but you know, this one I would have, I wouldn't have had to, but this I could have hemmed, right? I could hem this because it's just supple and thin enough, right? A little stretchy too. But the problem is, you can see there's a color contrast, right? So if I had enough of this one, I would have made the bag out of this. It's kind of a dark brown versus a coal black, which is what this is. So I've tried to make the tassels, you know, just in experimentation using this one. I'm not going to do that. It's a little bit too tough. It's a little bit, the way you have to do the tassel it doesn't cooperate, at least on that scale. If it was a large, huge, humongous tassel, yeah, you could do it with this grade. So we're going to do it with this, but there's going to be a bit of a contrast that I don't want. I want some consistency in color. So because the straps for the tassels are this coal black because they're made out of this leather. So I'm going to make them out of this, the tassels out of this. But what I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to stain them or dye them with a USMC black leather dye. And you know, I may just do one side so I don't use all my dye. But the thing with that is that USMC coal black dye is, it will stain any and everything. So I'm gonna put some gloves on and I'm gonna put paper down and a whole tarp so I can stain this properly and not, you know, lose a rent deposit, you know, because I didn't stain the floor of the carpet. Okay, so I'm gonna stain this so that it's actually consistent with this, and then I'll be back to show you how to construct the tassels. Okay, we are almost to the end of our Sporran tutorial, or making Sporran from this inspiring piece here. Actually, as a matter of fact, it's actually done. This is functionally done. I mean, if you want to leave it just as it is, hey, rock with it, right? But we're gonna go the extra step, and what we're missing here, like I said before, is the tassels. And the tassels on this model here are using a Turk's head knot at the top of them. I don't know how to do that. I do know how to do a Turk's head. I just don't know how to do making a tassel with a Turk's head on top yet. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a more simpler design that I know how to do. And so here are some tassels that I've made just for a kind of a door hanging piece, a decorative piece, out of dogbane fibers, and the lighter part is raffia, got from the craft store. So I'm going to show you how to make this, but using the leather that I have, the softer leather that I have, and the way to do this is actually the same. Okay, so let's begin making our tassel. So this is a model I made just to be sure that the lighter weight garment weight leather that I had is gonna work. And I dyed it so it's a full black. Actually, technically, I don't know if it comes up on camera, but it comes up as a very, very dark brown, in contrast to the body or the bag of the Sporran that we've made, which is actually a coal black. Okay. So as you can see here, I'm actually using waxed nylon, which is going to come in handy for this. And you can see this is a contrast. Now I could dye this with my black dye. The problem with that is that over time it does come off because it is wax. It's not going to stick to it. So we're going to actually use some black hemp. I could very well use some dogbane cordage that I have, or whatever natural cordage, or even some leather binding. I'm just going to do the hemp, and it's black, so it's going to blend in very well. But I'm going to show you how this is done, and it's fairly simple to make a tassel like this. Okay, so let's see, we're going to need a wax nylon shears. Here is the black hemp. There's some hemp cordage that I have, some different colors. It's gotten from the craft store. I did not make this cordage. And here's the leather that we have. I believe this is deer skin, deer hide, and we dyed it USMC black, so it's consistent with the main project here. And I have a lighter colored writing utensil. Oh, also I created a pattern. Okay, so I'll make this pattern available for download. Something you can just easily print out on a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and then you can modify it how you need, wider or shorter if you need to. Okay, so anyways, we will, for this project that I'm working on, we'll need 4 of these. So 2, 3, 4. Got more than enough material to work with here for 4 of them. I'm gonna make 1, so I'm flipping it over to the suede side, or the flesh side, again skin side here. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna set this out. Let's see here. What I like to do is I like to use, I would like to get into spots where I can not have as little waste as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to trace this out using my lighter tool here. Yeah, I outlined it in black with a black Sharpie, so let's just do it this way so we have an accurate measurement. So I'm just going to trace this out. Like that. Enough so I can see it. You can mark a center line if you want. Again, when you need something in even space, this is a trick I learned in elementary school because we had art. Art classes was a thing. One of my favorite classes was art. You just fold something in half, and when you cut, whatever you cut on one side is going to be identical to the other side. Okay, if you didn't know that. So anyways, this is going to be our basic shape. There's a slight bell shape, so it splays out a little bit. If you notice, okay, so it's a slight bell shape. I may have to make some adjustments. I didn't measure this piece. I didn't measure this piece when I made it. As far as I just kind of eyeballed it, which is fine. But I didn't want to take it apart, so we'll make adjustments as we go. And then as we make adjustments, I'll make adjustments to the pattern and make this available for download. So, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to just cut this out. And like I said, on the fold here, I could certainly have folded this leather. The problem is leather is dense, right? It's thicker than paper, obviously. It would, depending on the weight of leather. And so what'll happen is the measurement won't be accurate because there's more girth here. But if that's not a big issue for you, then yeah, I could have certainly just traced it out this way, and it'd have been